The man in charge of Chicago's Olympic bid is promising there is little risk for the city in the financial guarantee of the games. The Chicago 2016 CEO Patrick Ryan told reporters today he wishes his group could have done a better job communicating with the city council. He says they had to play their cards close to the vest. ABC 7's John Garcia joins us with more on what Ryan had to say. John?
Sylvia, perhaps realizing a potential public relations problem, Chicago 2016 CEO Pat Ryan vowed to answer all questions during an exhaustive hour-and-a-half news conference this afternoon. Mayor Daley last week committed the city to make a financial guarantee to the International Olympic Committee. But Pat Ryan says there is a very remote chance that Chicago would ever be on the hook for that money. And even then, he says an insurance policy would cover it. The Chicago 2016 members spent most of last week in Switzerland trying to convince IOC members Chicago would be the best place to host the games. They did it with slick videos and direct talk with members. They believe it went well, but they say it would have all been for naught without a financial guarantee from Mayor Daley. And they insist they were hopeful up to the last minute they would not need that guarantee.
We really felt that we had such a terrific plan that they would accept it, as they knew that the U.S. does not get national government guarantees.
Chicago 2016 CEO Pat Ryan admits the city council could derail the city's bid, but he vows to present them with details of a plan within about 60 days that will reassure them there is little risk involved for the city. Members of No Games Chicago, who travel to Lausanne, Switzerland on their own dime, say they also would like to hear details of the plan. They presented IOC members with this evidence book filled with stories of corruption and failed leadership in Chicago. And they want Pat Ryan to be transparent about the plans.
And he's an insurance guy, so it's like, what are we being sold here? You're not letting us look under the hood of the car. You're showing us this nice insurance policy, but we don't really know what it's like.
Ryan, the retired former head of Aon Insurance, says Chicago 2016 had no choice but to keep details of the plan to themselves until the last minute.
I think had we announced something before we went over, we would have weakened our position with IOC members, and we would have maybe had a self-fulfilling prophecy.
The city had already guaranteed the IOC that they would cover up to $500 million in a budget shortfall. The latest guarantee is for another $500 million. Pat Ryan estimated the premiums for that insurance to cover those guarantees could run up to $40 million, which he says will be covered by the private sector. Sylvia, Al?
Okay, John. Thanks, John.